The house was built over 12 years ago, and we were the second occupiers here. When we moved in, the driveway was lined by crab apples. There were a few standard trees. There was a standard oak tree that you might see on the drive as you come in, but that was about it. So we had a blank canvas. The gardens around the house in particular were designed by Sarah Hoskins, and she did a wonderful job doing that. She's a local landscape architect. And the work was done by Ren from Botanica, and he and Jane designed the plaza here that you see with the railway sleepers. It's quite a large pergola, and we're just sort of getting encouraging our wisteria to grow on it now. And then there are travertine tiles that set it off nicely. When our house was designed by an architect, Ben Johnson, he used some bluestone that was sourced from this property. There were stables on this property. We're next to Grove Farm, and the horses were stabled here, and that bluestone or basalt comes from those stables. And we've got a couple of walls here along the side of the garage and at the front door where they feature, and it's just a striking feature of the house. So there is a connection from the house to the garden with a bluestone. As you drive up to the house, and the first garden is surrounded by bluestone as well. And I think also the pergola using the sleepers sets it off well, because again it's that grey bluey colour, and it sort of leads you into the house, and it's just a magnificent feature, I feel. The front of the house, we've got Kiss Me Kate roses, a whole host of those as you walk up to the front door. And out the back on another area of paving surrounding that, we've got a laurel hedge that's being formed, but also lioness roses, and they're spectacular in summer with their yellow blooms. There is a standard oak just at the gateway that was here when we moved in. There's another oak that is down towards the dam, which is a feature, and we've got a colonnade of capital pears going from the house down to that oak and looking through a pergola to the dam. So it's that sort of sets the scene, I think. I just like at the end of the day walking around with Jane and just seeing what's growing, and this time of year, spring, what's coming into bloom, and that's the sort of thing that I really, really like. Growing a garden in the Millthorpe district is a challenge and an achievement. Coming from, I guess, the warmer climes of Mossman before this, where you just throw something in the garden and it grows, it is a real challenge, but once you figure out what grows and what doesn't, it's just marvellous. Crab apples, crepe myrtles, they do well. Local eucalypts do well. You find out after a couple of seasons, well, we won't plant that one anymore. So a mixture of really exotics and natives, I think, do well. Snow gums do well, surprisingly.